गौरंग तुमी मोरे दया न चढ़ी हो। गौरंग तुमी मोरे गौरंग तुमी मोरे दया न चढ़ी हो।
गौरंग तुमी मोरे दया न चढ़ी हो।
अपना कोरिया रंगा करणे राखी हो।
आपन करिया रंगा जरने राखी हो।
तुम्हार चरण लागी सब त्यागिलो।
तुम्हार चरण लागी सब त्यागिलो।
शीतल चरण पाया चरण लोएलो।
शीतल चरण पाया चरण लोइलो।
एकुले ओकुले मुई बिलुतिलांजलि।
एकुले ओकुले मुई बिलुतिलांजलि।
राखी हो चरणे मोरे अपनार बोली।
रागी हो चरण मोरे अपनार बोली।
वासुदेव घोष बोले चरणे धोरिया।
वासुदेव घोष बोले चरण धोरिया।
कृपा कोरी राखो मोरे पद छाया दिया।
कृपा कोरी राखो मोरे पद छाया दिया।
गौरंग तुमी मोरे दया न चढ़ी हो।
गौरंग तुमी मोरे दया न चढ़ी हो।
आपन कोरिया रंगा करणे राखी हो।
आपन कोरिया रंगा करने राखी हो।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Gaura Hare Jaya Gaura Hare
Gaura Hari Jaya Gaura Hari
Patita Pavana Gaura Hare
Patita Pavana Gaura Hari
Nittai Gauranga Nittai Gauranga
Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga
Hari Bol Hari Bol Nittai Gaura Hari Bol
Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol
कलियुग पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की श्रील प्रभुपाद की श्री चैतन्य चरितामृत की गौर भक्त वृंद की जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद
जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद
जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद
जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद
जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद
जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद
जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद
जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद
ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, welcome all of you for the 15th chapter of Madhya Lila, shloka number 266. Let me take the shloka. 15.266. Okay. So we were discussing a very important pastime last time. In the 15th chapter, the chapter itself is entitled Prasadam at the house of Sarvabhauma Bhattachary. So this pastime is the highlight of this chapter according to the heading. Although we also had Mahaprabhu dealing with various Vaishnava devotees from Bengal and giving them a send-off. That was a very beautiful and sweet section which we had. Section here which we are about to proceed now, where some very important learning is given in this chapter about avoiding Vaishnava Parad and how to be very careful in respecting the Vaishnava devotees, especially superiors, sannyasis, and not offend them and create a ghastly future for ourselves, a dangerous future for ourselves. So let us go to the 266 verse number. So I was saying that I wanted to speak a little bit here. So you all may remember that when Mahaprabhu was called by Sarvabhauma and alone he wanted to feed Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then he had kept huge plate of prasad and everything, and the room also had only one door where Bhattacharya was sitting at the door guarding the gate, guarding the door, and the other side was kitchen where Shati Ramata, she was cooking and giving it to her husband, and husband was serving Mahaprabhu. Everything was going quite well, but one mistake happened. Suddenly Amogha came at the entrance and saw the huge quantity of prasadam very nicely arranged and everything. Actually, he does not know Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Jagannath himself. Jagannath eats chapan bhog, and for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to finish all this huge quantity of prasadam is like Krishna eating. And Krishna can eat the whole universe if he wants. This is not a big deal for him. He doesn't know who Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is. So he saw the food and he committed a great offense by openly criticizing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu didn't take it seriously. He just ignored it. But Bhattacharya took it very seriously, because I invited Mahaprabhu to my home and I allowed blasphemy to happen in my place. And he was extremely pained. And repeatedly he fell at the feet of Mahaprabhu begging for forgiveness and for what had transpired, what happened. Mahaprabhu said, "Why are you worrying about it?" Mahaprabhu tried to pacify him. What Amogha has said is correct. It is not blasphemy. What is your offense? You haven't done any offense. The Lord took it very lightly. Yeah. But then Sarvabhauma, after that, he spoke to his wife, condemning himself. He told her, this sinful action may be atoned if the blasphemer of Lord Chaitanya is killed, or if I give up my life, he said. However, neither is befitting. I can't see Amogha killed, and I can't give up my life also. Neither is befitting because both bodies belong to Brahmanas, and we are meant to serve the Brahmanas. Instead, I shall never see his face and give up my relationship with him. Like that he said. So inform my daughter Shati to abandon her relationship with him. When the husband falls down, it is a wife's duty to relinquish the relationship. Patim cha patitam tyajet. So, 2 points are important. One is blasphemy of a Vaishnava. Several Shastras condemn the blasphemy of Vaishnavas and describe how such a blasphemer falls down to even hellish conditions. That's one point highlight here. Another point is by giving up relationship with the husband who is a blasphemer and not in Krishna consciousness, according to 5.5.18 Bhagavatam, Prabhupada quoted there. Everyone follows in footsteps of Dvijapatnis. The wife is not to be condemned for cutting off such a relationship. So here, this requires a little practical discussion here before we proceed to 266. You see, sometimes in a family they see that the daughter-in-law is going to ISKCON temple and becoming a serious devotee, chanting 16 rounds, rising early in the morning, and some of the family members who are not yet devotees, they become very upset. They think, hey, this daughter-in-law, all the time Krishna, 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 she goes to temple, she is not doing her duties at home. So when they become angry, and then in case Mataji, the daughter-in-law is not changing, she is like focused on going to temple, rendering service, attending Bhagavatam class, moving around with devotees. She doesn't take the emotions of the family members sensitively, and she doesn't take any steps. Then the problem comes. What is the problem? So then the problem is, over a period of time, the relatives will become blasphemous. They will start criticizing the temple, criticizing Vaishnavas, criticizing Prabhupada, ISKCON, Krishna, and they may go more and more into the darker ignorance. At the time, if the lady says, daughter-in-law says, oh, all my husband's relatives are speaking like this, now my husband is also allowing them to speak like that, so I will give up my husband. Can she do that? So therefore, one has to be careful. One should not misapply the Shastras. One should be very careful. In fact, such a daughter-in-law has to know the art of very nicely caring for the instructions of the mother-in-law, father-in-law, and the husband and everybody. On one hand, she has to satisfy them, like she is rising in the morning, and she may have to take care of household duties and everything. After husband, children go to office and school and everything. When there is some time, then she can go to temple for darshan, or she can hear the lectures online or whatever. The whole idea is one should balance between family versus temple visits, things like that. One cannot just blame the non-devotee relatives as the cause of the family breakdown. So a woman should be intelligent enough that I want to do my devotional service, and I want to also take care of their sentiments of those who are relatives who are not yet ISKCON devotees. Because if she is very careful and attentive in taking care of them, likely that tomorrow they all may consider becoming devotees, seeing her good behavior and everything. So in this case it was very, very unique, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Lord Krishna himself, and he is a Dvija Sreshta, is the topmost of the Brahmanas, and Yati Sreshta, topmost of the sannyasis, and you have called him to your home and somebody comes and blasphemes on the face. How hurting it will be for the host, because the host wants to give very good happiness to the sannyasi visitor to his home. He wants to show his respect, honor, bowing down and obedience and everything. How pained the host will be. Therefore we can understand that. And now let us go to the 266. Say ratre amoga kaha palaya gela. प्रातः काले तार विशुचिका व्याधि हैला That night, Amoga, Sarvabhauma's Bhattacharya's son-in-law, fled, and in the morning he immediately fell sick with cholera. Why he fled? Because he thought he'll get a good beating by Bhattacharya. He fled away after speaking blasphemously. But then he got a very heavy cholera sickness. Amoga marena suni kahe Bhattacharya
अमोघमरे न सुने कहे भट्टाचार्य
Sahaya hayya daiva kaila mora karya.
सहाय है दैव कैल मोर कार्य.
When Bhattacharya heard that Amoga was dying of cholera, he thought it's a favor of providence that he is doing what I want to do. He said. So he was very happy, Bhattacharya, in that sense. Actually, it is good that he gets a disease and die for what he has done. Like that, Bhattacharya felt. Ishwareta aparada faleta takshana
ईश्वर तार अपराध फलिता
etabali padedui shastrera vachana.
एत बलि पड़े तो शास्त्र वचन.
When one offends the Supreme Personality of Godhead, karma immediately takes effect. After saying this, he recited 2 verses from the revealed scripture. Mahata hi prayatnena
महता हि प्रयत्नेन
hastyashva ratapattibihi
हर्षस्व रथपर्तिभिः
asmavir yadanushteyam
अश्वाभिर्यदनुष्ठेयम्
gandharvaistat anushtitam.
गन्धर्वं तदनुष्ठितम्.
Yeah. What we have had to arrange with great endeavor by collecting elephants, horses, chariots and infantry soldiers has already been accomplished by the Gandharvas. So this is from Mahabharata Vanaparva. Bhimasena was telling when Duryodhana was captured, Bhimasena was very happy. He said all the Pandavas were living in exile. At that time there was a fight between Kauravas and Pandavas. The Kaurava soldiers were under the command of Karna. But the commander-in-chief of the Gandharvas was able to arrest all the Kauravas by virtue of superior military strength. At that time, our excuse me, Duryodhana's ministers and commanders requested Maharaj Yudhishthira to help. So, you know this pastime from Mahabharata. They told the Pandavas who were actually very nearby, they were doing a yajna. And Draupadi and Yudhishthira were sitting in front of the yajna and offering, taking part in the yajna. So the message came to him. So Yudhishthira immediately called Arjuna and Bhima. Please kindly go and help. They are 100 and we are 5. When there is a family problem, we are 105. Please go and help. At that time Bhima laughed and he said this. Bhima felt it was very fitting that Duryodhana and his company were arrested. This couldn't have been accomplished by the Pandavas. Only with the Pandavas might have done it with great difficulty, but Gandharvas did it very easily because of Kauravas being weak in dharma. Ayushriyam yashodharmam lokan ashisha evacha hanti shreyamsi sarvani pumso mahadatikramaha. When a person mistreats great souls, his lifespan, opulence, reputation, religion, possessions and good fortune are all destroyed. See, this is Sati speaks this. This statement. I think let us see this. Oh, this is coming in the 10th canto, Atrocities of Kamsa. My dear king, when man persecutes great souls, all his benedictions of longevity, beauty, fame, religion, blessings and promotion to higher planets will be destroyed. Because of Kamsa's atrocities, he will be destroyed. That's a prediction made. This was made by Shukadeva Goswami to Maharaj Parikshit. Yeah, because he was Kamsa was torturing Devaki Vasudeva for no good reason. Yeah. Yogamaya slipped out of Kamsa's hands and she could not be killed. She then informed Kamsa about Krishna's appearance elsewhere. Yeah. By doing nefarious activities, all the demons you will see, they lose everything they accumulated and ultimately they are killed, they are destroyed. The word Mahadatikrama, meaning envy of Lord Vishnu and his devotees, is significant in this verse. The word Mahat indicates a great personality, a devotee or the Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself. Being always engaged in Lord service, the devotees themselves are as great as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Word Mahat is also explained. Mahatmanas Mahabharata Prabhupada quotes that. They have taken shelter of the internal potency Radharani. So, being envious of the Lord and His devotees is not at all auspicious for a demon. By such envy, a demon loses everything considered beneficial. Like Hiranyakashipu became envious of Prahlad. Kamsa became envious of Krishna and Balaram. So, very soon their destruction is going to follow when they become envious. And that's what Lord Vishnu told the Devatas. When Devatas went and pleaded Lord Vishnu to help with respect to Hiranyakashipu's troubles, Lord Vishnu said, don't worry. When he tortures his son Prahlad by becoming envious of all the Vaishnavas, I will descend in some avatara form and I will finish Hiranyakashipu. Gopinathacharya Gela Prabhu Darshane
Gopinathacharya Gela Prabhu Darshane
Prabhu Tare Puchila Bhattacharya Vivarane
Prabhu Tare Puchila Bhattacharya Vivarane.
At this time,
At this time, Gopinathacharya went to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the Lord asked him about the event taking place in the Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's house.
So Gopinathacharya came to know this incident. Acharya kahe upavasa kaila dui jana
Acharya kahe upavasa kaila dui jana
Vishuchika vyadite amoga chadi che jivana
Vishuchika vyadite amoga chadi che jivana.
Gopinathacharya informed the Lord that both the husband and wife were fasting and that their son-in-law Amoga was dying of cholera. And Shuni Kripa Maya Prabhu Ailadhaya Amoghere Kahe Tara Bhuke Hasta Diya. As soon as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard that Amoga was going to die, he immediately ran to him in great haste, placing his hand on Amoga's chest. Lord Chaitanya, he spoke as follows. Sahaj nirmalaye brahmana hridaya Krishnera vasitaye yogyasthana haya. The heart of a brahmana is by nature very clean, therefore it's a proper place for Krishna to sit. Matsarya chandala kene iha vasayile
Matsala chandala kene yahar vasayile
Parama pavitra sthana apavitra kaile.
Parama pavitra sthana apavitra kaile.
Why have you allowed the chandala of jealousy to sit here also? In this way you have contaminated a most purified place, your heart. Mahaprabhu is saying that the previous was so nice it was. He told him that the heart of a Brahmana is very clean. It is a very nice place for Krishna to reside. But what have you done? Why have you allowed the chandala of jealousy to sit here in the heart? It's Krishna's place. Why don't you keep Krishna there? Very polite, humbly, sweetly Mahaprabhu asked him. Sarvabhauma sange tomar kalusha hai lakshaya
Sarvabhauma sange tomar kalusha hai lakshaya
Kalmasha guchile jiva Krishna namalaya.
Kalmasha guchile jiva Krishna namalaya.
However, due to the association of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, all your contamination is now vanquished. When a person's heart is cleansed of all contamination, he is able to chant the Mahamantra Hare Krishna. That means when our contamination is still there, we struggle to chant Hare Krishna. When our contamination is cleansed, we can blissfully chant Hare Krishna. Utaha amoga tumi lao Krishna nama
Utha amoga tumi lao Krishna nama
Achire tomare kripa karibe Bhagavan.
Achire tumari kripa karibe Bhagavan.
Therefore, Amoga, get up and chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. If you do so, Krishna will unfailingly bestow mercy upon you. Saying. The absolute truth is realized as impersonal Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan. All these are one and same truth. They are only different features. Whoever understands Brahman is called a Brahmana. And when Brahmana engages in Lord's devotional service, he is called Vaishnava. Unless one comes to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead, his realization of the impersonal Brahman is imperfect. A Brahmana can chant the Hare Krishna mantra on the platform of Namabhasa, but not on the platform of pure vibration. When a Brahmana engages in Lord's service, fully understanding his eternal relationship, his devotion service is called Abhideya. When one attains that stage, he is called Bhagavata or Vaishnava. This indicates that he is free from contamination and mental attachment. Lord Krishna confirms this in Bhagavad Gita. Yesham tvantakatam papam jananam punyakarmanam tedbandva moha nirmukta bhajante mam dridhavrataha. Persons who have acted piously in previous lives and in this life, whose sinful actions are completely eradicated or freed from dvandva like Shita Ushna, Sukha Dukkha, Mana Apamana and all that, and engage themselves in Krishna service with determination, he says. On the other hand, he is comparing a Vaishnava with a Brahmana. A Brahmana may be a very learned scholar. That doesn't mean he is free from mental contamination. You will see that the three modes, goodness, passion, ignorance, are going up and coming down. A Brahmana may be in goodness, but he can become proud for his knowledge. Then that pride becomes Rajoguna. Or Brahmana, due to Sukham, he may become very complacent and do not develop a fiery spirit in attaining Krishna. Then that becomes Tamoguna, laziness, lethargy. Unless a Brahmana transcends such contamination or approaches the platform of unalloyed devotion service, he cannot be accepted as a Vaishnava, like Prabhupada says. Those who are impersonalists, they think Lord has accepted a form temporarily, they think, which is wrong. So this verse from Garuda Purana is a very important verse Prabhupada is quoting here. Brahmananam sahasrebhyo satrayaji vishishyate satrayaji sahasrebhya sarva vedanta paragah sarva vedanta vidkotya vishnu bhakto vishishyate, as it says. So out of many thousands of, please read this.
Out of many thousands of Brahmanas, one may become qualified to perform the yajna. Out of many thousands of such qualified Brahmanas, one may be fully aware of the Vedanta philosophy. Out of many millions of learned Vedanta scholars, there may be the one Vishnu Bhakta or devotee of the Lord Vishnu. It is he who is the most exalted.
Correct. See, here it says, out of many thousands of Brahmanas, only one may be able to qualify to perform yajna, others will just chant behind. But out of thousands of such qualified Brahmanas performing yajna, those who know the Vedas and Vedanta are very rare. And those who are aware of Vedanta, amongst them Vishnu Bhakta is rare, which means Vishnu Bhakta is greater than a Brahmana. That is the point here.
Unless one is fully qualified Brahmana, he cannot advance in the spiritual science. A real Brahmana is never envious of the Vaishnava. If he is considered the imperfect neophyte. Impersonalist Brahmanas are always opposed to Vaishnava principle. They are envious of the Vaishnavas because they do not know the goal of life. Nate Vitus.
Swartagatam Mihi Vishnam.
However, when the Brahmanas become a Vaishnava, there is no duality. If the Brahmana does not become the Vaishnava, he certainly fall down from the Brahmana platform. This is confirmed by the Srimad Bhagavatam.
Na bhajanti avajananti sana brashtaha padantyadaha.
We can actually see that in this age of the Kali Yuga, many so-called Brahmanas are envious of the Vaishnava. The Kali contaminated Brahmanas consider the deity worship to be the imaginative.
And that means some of the Brahmanas in the age of Kali Yuga, they even say God is impersonal, why are you worshipping a Murti? They condemn. So such people are actually offenders and their observation is material outlook they have. Archya Vishnu Shilade Gurujana Ramatir Vaishnavi Jati Buddhi. Such a contaminated
Brahmanas may superficially imagine a form of the Lord, but actually he considers the deity in the temple to be made of the stone or the wood. Similarly, such a contaminated Brahmana considers a guru to be the ordinary human being, and he objects when the Vaishnava is created by the Krishna conscious movement. Many so-called Brahmanas attempt to fight us, saying, "How can you create a Brahmana out of the European or American?
Correct.
A Brahmana can be born only in the Brahmana family."
This kind of argument some people make foolishly, not knowing that the European American people have given up all the bad habits of meat eating, gambling, intoxication, illicit sex, and they are leading a very pure life, pristine life of a Vaishnava devotee. On the other hand, in India, there are many Brahmanas wearing sacred thread and breaking these regulative principles. How can they be called a Brahmana? Son of a Brahmana is not a Brahmana. Son of a doctor is not a doctor. Son of a lawyer is not a lawyer. So one is supposed to qualify as a doctor, qualify as a lawyer, simply qualify as a Brahmana. So who sees the qualification in India? Simply Brahmana's son claims himself to be a Brahmana. But the Americans and Europeans are qualified Brahmanas. They should be glorified. Yeah, go ahead.
They do not consider that this is never stated in any revealed scripture. Lord Krishna specially stated in the Bhagavad Gita.
Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam gunakarma vibhakashah.
According to the three modes of the material nature and the work associated with them, the four divisions of human society are created by me.
Yeah.
Thus, the Brahmana is not a result of the caste system. He has become the Brahmana only by the qualification. Similarly, a Vaishnava does not belong to the particular caste. Rather, his designation is determined by the rendering of the devotional service.
Yes. There is one verse comes to my mind, what Prasad says. Viprad Vishad Gunayuta Taravindanabha. He says that Padaravinda Vimukhat Shapacham Varishtham Manyeta Darpita Manovachane Hitartha Pranam Punati Sakulam Nata Bhurimanaha. He is telling a non-devotee Brahmana is inferior to a Chandala Vaishnava. If a Chandala, my dog eater, becomes a Vaishnava, he is by far superior to a caste Brahmana who is a non-devotee of Krishna. Either he says. Even though the Brahmana may have 12 qualities, which are mentioned in Sanata Sujata, there is a book, mentions 12. So even if Brahmana has all 12 qualities, but he is a bhakta. Therefore it says, Shat karma nipuno vipro, mantra tantra visharadaha, avaishnavo guru nasyat, it says. Vaishnavo shopacho guru. Same meaning here. Yeah, go ahead. You read it, yeah, determine. Shuni Krishna Krishna Bale Amoga Utila.
Shuni Krishna Krishna Bale Amoga Utila.
Premon Made Mattahaya Nachite Lagila.
Premon Mattahaya Nachite Lagila.
Yeah.
After being Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and being touched by him, Amoga, who was on his deathbed, immediately stood up and began to chant the holy name of the Krishna. Thus he became mad with ecstatic love and began to dance.
This is a magic, Mahaprabhu's magic. See, Mahaprabhu made Jagai Madai develop love of God. Here he is making Amoga develop love of God. This is Mahaprabhu's miracle. Kampa Shru Pulaka Stamba Sweda Swara Bhanga.
Kampashru Pulaka Stamba Sweda Swara Bhanga.
Prabhu Hase Dekitara Premera Taranga.
Prabhu Hase Dekitara Premera Taranga. While Amoga dancing in the ecstatic love, he manifested all the ecstatic symptoms: trembling, tears, jubilation, trance, perspirations, and
faltering voice.
Seeing these waves of the ecstatic emotion, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu began to laugh.
Prabhura charane dhare karaye vinaya.
Prabhura charane dhare karaye vinaya.
Aparadha kshama more Prabhu dayamaya.
Aparadha kshama more Prabhu dayamaya.
Yeah.
Amoga then fell before the Lord's lotus feet and submissively said, "O merciful Lord, please excuse my offense."
Now see Amoga's heart transformation which happened momentarily by Mahaprabhu's powerful spiritual influence. यही चार मुखे तुम्हार करिन निंदने,
ये चार मुखे तुम्हार करिनो निंदने,
हे तबले आपन गले चढ़ाय आपने,
ये तबले आपन गले चढ़ाय आपने. Not only did Amoga beg the Lord's pardon, but he also began slapping
his own cheeks,
saying, "By this mouth I have blasphemed you."
Very good repentance of Amoga. चढ़ाईते चढ़ाईते गाल फुलाइला,
चढ़ाईते चढ़ाईते गाल फुलाइला,
हाथ धरी गोपीनाथ आचार्य निषेधिला,
हाथ धरी गोपीनाथ आचार्य निषेधिला. Indeed, Amoga continued slapping his face over and over until his checks were slower. Finally, Gopinath Acharya stopped him by catching hold of his hands.
प्रभु आश्वासन करे स्पर्शितार गात्र,
प्रभु आश्वासन करे स्पर्शितार गात्र,
सार्वभौम संबंधे तुम्हें मोर स्नेह पात्र,
सार्वभौम संबंधे तुम्हें मोर स्नेह पात्र. After this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu pacified Amoga by touching his body and saying, "You are the object of my affection because you are the son-in-law of the Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya."
This is the point. Why Mahaprabhu is showing such a special love for Amoga. Amoga is connected to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. In the Mahaprakash Lila, Mahaprabhu was telling, "Hey Srivas, my heart so much loves you. Even a dog in your house is very dear to me." And then he saw that Dukhi, one old lady, bringing water in Srivas's house. Mahaprabhu called her and said, "Your name is Dukhi, now I will call it as Sukhi." And she became really blissful, happy. Then Mahaprabhu said, one Muslim tailor was there. Mahaprabhu said, I liberate him also. Just because they are all connected to one devotee Srivas, that's all. सार्वभौम गृहे दास दासी ये कुकुरा,
सार्वभौम गृह दास दासी ये कुकुरा,
स्नेह मोर प्रियान्य जन रहु दूरा,
स्नेह मोर प्रियान्य जन रहु दूरा. Everyone in Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's house is very dear to me, including his maid and servants and even his dog. And what to speak of his relatives?
Similar to what Mahaprabhu said about Srivas, he is saying similar thing. All the members of, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya are dear to me. Even his dog, or even those who are, servants and servant maids. And what to speak of relatives who will be even more dearer to, anybody. अपराधना ही सदा लाओ कृष्ण नाम,
अपराधना ही सदा लाओ कृष्ण नाम,
तबले प्रभु आयला सार्वभौम स्थान,
तबले प्रभु आयला सार्वभौम स्थान. Amoga always chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and do not commit any further offences. After giving Amoga this instruction, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Sarvabhauma's house.
प्रभु देखि सार्वभौम धरिला चरणे,
प्रभु देखि सार्वभौम धरिला चरणे,
प्रभु तारे आलिंगिया वसिला आसने,
प्रभु तारे आलिंगिना वसिला आसने. Upon seeing the Lord, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya immediately caught hold of his lotus feet. The Lord embraced him and then sat down.
Mahaprabhu's desire is two things. One, he wants to deliver Amoga just because Amoga is related to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. That's all. Another thing that Mahaprabhu wants to do is to pacify Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. They don't take the matter too seriously. Whatever Amoga said is all right. And he is delivering Amoga and wants to show Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, look at your son-in-law, he is chanting and dancing. He has become a devotee now. प्रभु कहे अमोघ शिशु कि बतार दोष,
प्रभु कहे अमोघ शिशु कि बतार दोष,
केने उपवास कर के न करे रोष,
केने उपवास कर के न कर रोष.
Yeah.
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu pacified Sarvabhauma, saying, "After all, Amoga, your son-in-law, is a child. So what is his fault? Why are you fasting? And why are you angry?"
So Mahaprabhu wants to pacify Sarvabhauma, make him eat prasad and take it easy by saying Amoga is a child. Nobody takes a child's word seriously. उठ स्नान कर देख जगन्नाथ मुख
उठ स्नान कर देख जगन्नाथ मुख
शीघ्र आसी भोजन कर तबे मोर सुख
शीघ्र आसी भोजन कर तब मोर सुख.
Yeah.
Just get up and take your bath and go to see the face of the Lord Jagannath, then return here to eat your lunch. In this way, I shall be happy.
Why? Because if you see Jagannath, you will also smile. Jagannath is smiling. So you will also smile. You will give up your moroseness because your mind is right now absorbed. Oh, I am a host. I offended Mahaprabhu by my son-in-law. Or you cursed your son-in-law to die. And you are not taken bath and you are not eaten your prasad. All the things have become very ruined. All the program in the house. So Mahaprabhu is now wanting to bring Sarvabhauma to great spirits. All of us in our lives, sometimes mistakes do happen in our lives. What to do? Do you become absorbed in the gloomy situation? So if you think that, since this mistake has happened, now I cannot say anything or do anything for 2 weeks. I am going to freeze. Some people lock themselves up in a room alone, and they are, they just, they think that if I switch off my, relationship with everybody and be alone, I will feel some peace of mind. Like that people think, and sometimes they take it into more and more, negativity. The reason is that they are thinking that, why it happened, repeatedly thinking like that. And that type of thought was very bad. It's like a vicious cycle. Worry may bury you, it is said. So Mahaprabhu wanted to bring Bhattachary out of such worry. Whatever shouldn't happen, happened. What to do? Go ahead in life. Yeah. Just get up and take your bath, go and see the face of Lord Jagannath, and then return to life. Tavat rahivami yethaya vasiya
तवत रहिवा त्वामि यथाय वसिया
यावत ना कायिबे तुमी प्रसाद आसिया
यावत ना कायिबे तुमी प्रसाद आसिया.
Yeah.
I shall stay here until you return to take Lord Jagannath's remnants from your lunch.
See how affectionate Mahaprabhu is. He is so concerned about Bhattacharya. To relax Bhattacharya's mind, to make him take a bath and get ready. Take lunch. If you wouldn't take lunch, Mahaprabhu wouldn't go away. Prabhupada dhari bhatta kahite lagila.
Prabhupada dhari bhatta kahite lagila.
Marita amogha tare kena jiyaliya. Kena jiyayila.
Marita amogha tare kena jiyayila.
Yeah.
Catching hold of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus feet, the Bhattacharya said, "Why did you bring Amoga back to life? It would have been better if he had died."
He was so upset with his offense. Prabhu kahe Amoga shishu tomara balaka.
Prabhu kahe Amoga shishu tomara balaka.
Balaka doshana laya pita tahate palaka.
Balaka doshana laya pita tahate palaka.
Such a beautiful verse.
So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Amoga is a child and your son. The father does not take the faults of his son seriously, especially when he is maintaining him.
It's a very important verse. We'll repeat again. Prabhu kahe Amoga shishu tomara balaka.
Prabhu kahe Amoga shishu tomara balaka.
Balaka doshana laya Pita tahate palaka.
Balaka dosha nalaya pita tahata palaka.
So Mahaprabhu is saying here that Amoga is like your child because he is your son-in-law means what? Like a son only. No, and your son is a child and son. So father does not take such faults of son too seriously. Especially when he is maintaining him. If you are keeping him in your home, he is your son. So if you are going to sharply speak like this, he will go away. Eva Vaishnava Hailatare Gela Parada
Eva Vaishnava Hailatare Gela Parada
Tahara Upareve Karaha Prasada.
Tahara Upareve Karaha Prasada.
Yeah.
Now that he has become a Vaishnava, he is offenseless. You can bestow your mercy upon him without hesitation.
Yeah. Very much. Actually, he's saying that, okay, somebody committed offense before, now you stopped the offenses now, so you forgive him. See, he is like your son. And one more thing he said, Balaka, and what the other one he said, child. He is like a child. The previous verses he says, Amanga is a child and he is your son, he says. So if our juniors commit some mistakes, this is what we should think. Like he is like a child. Maybe he became angry or maybe he was argumentative. No problem, he is a child. After all, he is in my custody and he looks up to me like a son looks at the father. So if I reject him, where is the hope for him? I should just tolerate and go on. Forgive him. Like that, Mahaprabhu is teaching Bhattachary a different paradigm. Learn to see Amaga like your child. Don't see him as your enemy or something. Yeah. Bhatta kahe chala Prabhu Ishwara darshane.
Bhatta kahe chala Prabhu Ishwara darshane.
Snana kari taha mui asi chonje khane.
Snana kari taha tumui asi chona kane.
Yeah.
Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya said, please go, my lord, to see Lord Jagannath. After taking my bath, I shall go there and then return.
Yeah. Prabhu kahe Gopinath ihai rahiva.
Prabhu kahe Gopinath ihai rahiva.
Iho prasad paile varta amake kahiva.
Iha prasad paile varta amar kahiva.
Yeah.
So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then told Gopinath, stay here and inform me when Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya has taken his prasadam.
Yeah. Mahaprabhu wanted to ensure that due to moroseness, Bhattacharya should not fast unnecessarily. Et bali Prabhu gela Ishwara darshane.
Et bali Prabhu gela Ishwara darshane.
Bhatta snana darshana kari karila bhojane.
Bhatta snana darshana kari karila bhojane. After saying this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to see Lord Jagannath. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya completed his bath, went to see Lord Jagannath and then returned to his house to accept food.
Seyamo gahaila prabhura Bhakta ekanta.
Sei amoga haila prabhura bhakta ekanta.
Preme nache Krishna nama laya mahashanta.
Preme nache Krishna nama laya mahashanta.
Yeah.
Thereafter, Amoga became the unallied devotee of the Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He danced in ecstasy and
peacefully chanted the holy name of Lord Krishna. Wonderful. Aiche chitra lila kare sachiranandana.
Aise chitra kare sachiranandana.
Aiche chitra lila kare sachiranandana.
Aise chitra lila kare sachiranandana.
Yahi dekhe shune tara vismaya haya mana.
Yahi dekhe shune tara vismita haya mana. In this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu performed his various pastimes. Whoever sees them or heard them recounted become truly astonished.
So I will complete it and then I will speak. Aiche bhatta grihe kare bhojana vilasa.
Aise bhatte grihe kare bhojana vilasa.
Tara madhye nana chitra charitra prakasha.
Tara madhye nana chitra charitra prakasha. Thus Chaitanya Mahaprabhu enjoyed eating in the Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's house. Within that one pastime, many wonderful pastimes were
manifested. Now what all manifested in this pastime? One is Bhattacharya told Mahaprabhu that you are like Chappan Bhog, you are eating in Jagannath, I can't eat here. So Mahaprabhu manifested that he can eat so much like the way Jagannath eats because he is not different from Jagannath. That's one pastime. And Amoga coming and offending the Lord, and Lord not taking any offense at all. That shows his big heart, like Vishnu getting kicked from Brigumani and not taking any offense at all, like that, yeah, forgiving. And then you can see Mahaprabhu's love for Bhattacharya was so strong. He saw him not eating and constantly lamenting. So he wanted to give him assurance. But then Mahaprabhu thought, I'll do something very wonderful, magic, and then come and inform Bhattacharya. So then he went to Amoga's place and delivered Amoga only because Amoga was a devotee of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's relative. He happened to be a relative. So, because he is son-in-law of Bhattacharya. Mahaprabhu wanted to do great good to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's all family members and bring them to Krishna consciousness. So, this way many Leelas Mahaprabhu does. This is one pastime. Sarvabhauma Ghare Bhojana Charita.
Sarvabhauma Ghare Bhojana Charita.
Sarvabhauma Premayaha Haila Vidita.
Sarvabhauma Premayaha Haila Vidita.
Yeah.
These are
the peculiar characteristics of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes. Thus the Lord ate in Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's house, and in this way Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's love for the Lord has become very well known. Yeah. This verse is from it's called Shakha Nirnayamrita. Amoga Panditam Mande Shri Gaurenatmasat Kritam Premagad Gadasandrangam Pulaka Kula Viragraham. I offer my obeisances unto Amoga Pandit, who was accepted by Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. As a result of this acceptance, he was always merged in ecstatic love, and he manifested ecstatic symptoms such as choking of the voice and standing of the hairs on his body, which means, these are all spiritual emotions that can only arise from in a clean heart. So Amoga's heart was not clean, but Mahaprabhu touched it and made it clean, and he forgot all the previous impressions, and he became a pure devotee, Amoga. Shatira Matara Prema Ara Prabhura Prasada.
Shatira Matara Prema Ara Prabhura Prasada.
Bhakta Sambandhe Yaha Kshamila Aparada.
Bhakta Sambandhe Yaha Kshamira Aparada. Thus I have related the ecstatic love of Sarvabhauma's wife, who as the mother of the Sati. I have also related Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's great mercy, which he manifested by executing Amoga's offense. He did so due to Amoga's relationship with the devotees. Amoga was an offender because he blasphemed the Lord. As a result, he was about to die of the cholera. Amoga did not receive an opportunity to be freed from all offences after being attacked by the disease. But Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and his wife were very dear to Lord. Because of their relationship, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu excused Amoga. Instead of being punished by the Lord, he was saved by the Lord's mercy. All this was due to the
unflinching love of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya for Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Externally, Amoga was Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's son-in-law, and he was being maintained by Sarvabhauma. Consequently, if Amoga were not excused, Prabhupada says here, you see, his punishment would have been directly affected Sarvabhauma. Amoga's death would have indirectly brought about the death of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, because it was offense to God, offense to Lord Chaitanya. So, therefore Mahaprabhu nullified the offense. Shraddha kariye lila shune yei jana.
Shraddha kariye lila shune yei jana.
Achirat paye se Chaitanya charana.
Achirat paye se Chaitanya charana. Whoever hears this pastime of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with the faith and the love will attain the shelter of Lord's lotus feet.
Very soon, Hari Bol. Shri Rupa Raghunatha Padeyarash
Shri Rupa Raghunatha Padeyarash
Chaitanya Charitamrita Kahe Krishna Das.
Chaitanya Charitamrita Kahe Krishna Das. Praying at the lotus feet of the Shri Rupa and Shri Raghunath, always desiring their mercy, I Krishnadas narrates Chaitanya Charitamrita, following in their footsteps.
So we are concluding this chapter. I want to say one or two important words in concluding part. So here he said one of the points in purport. Prabhupada says, if Amoga was not saved by Mahaprabhu, then Bhattacharya would be killed, he's saying, because of the offense. You saw here Prabhupada says here. This is a concluding part, so 298 to 300, he says, Lord Chaitanya enjoyed eating from Bhattacharya's house. Within this one pastime, many wonderful things were manifested. Swami Bhattacharya's love for the Lord, Chatira Mata's love, and Lord Chaitanya's great mercy in excusing the offense of Amoga, and because of his relationship with Bhattacharya, and all that is correct. And then it is said in the purport, Prabhupada says, the Lord showed mercy on Amoga. Why? Because externally he was Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's son-in-law, being maintained by Sarvabhauma. Consequently, if Amoga were not excused, his punishment would have directly affected Sarvabhauma, he is saying. Because Sarvabhauma is like Bharta. And Amoga's death would have indirectly brought about the death of Sarvabhauma, like that he is saying. Therefore, Lord decided to show, if I deliver Amoga, Sarvabhauma is saved. And that was, and also because Amoga is connected to Sarvabhauma, then for these two reasons he says. Yeah. And then he's saying, whoever hears his pastimes with faith and love, that's a condition, will attain shelter of the Lord very soon. Shraddha kari yehi lila shune yehi jana acharat payasi saicha itanya charana. Achirat payasei chaitanya charana. We'll repeat this very important verse. Shraddha kari yehi lila shune yehi jana.
Shraddha kare
Lila.
Lila suniye.
Last 301. ठीक है, इधर दिखा दें. We'll show this here. श्रद्धा करिए लीला सुनिए जना.
श्रद्धा करिए लीला सुनिए जना.
अचिरात पाए से ही चैतन्य चरण.
अचिरात पाए से चैतन्य चरण.
It's translation again.
Whoever hears this pastime of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the faith and the love will attain the shelter of the Lord's lotus feet very soon.
Actually, it should be heard with faith and love. Love for Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the faith in the words of Chaitanya Charitamrita, because how offending a Vaishnava will lead to disaster is seen by this pastime. Very quickly effect came on Amoga, because he offended, immediately got cholera. And some people pass away also in cholera or tuberculosis, they pass away. So we will stop with this ending of this chapter today, and then we will proceed to the 16th chapter in the next class. Lord's attempt to go to Vrindavan, interesting chapter. श्रील प्रभुपाद की और भक्त वृंदा की